Hello and welcome to episode 23 of my trip down memory lane back to the Pacific Crest Trail and to my thru-hike from exactly 10 years ago. I must apologize for the audio. For some reason my mic is not working, so I'm recording this with my camera. But yeah, we just gonna make it work. In the last episode, we arrived in Snoqualmie in pouring rain, and we checked into a hotel and took a much needed rest, evening and night and next morning, and around noon we just set off at an easy pace, but the PCT of course wasted no time and began with a steep climb. So we powered through it of course, and soon we were back in the rhythm of the hike. The day itself was pleasant and unhurried. We didn't cover huge distance back then, and we eventually just set up our camp, our tents by a peaceful lake in the evening, and it was a perfect way to ease back into the trail after our short rest at the hotel. But the following day, oh yeah, that was pure magic. It was without a doubt the best day of the entire PCT for me, and I think about it so often because it was absolutely breathtaking, and because a couple of slides could never capture what it felt like, what it looked like. I have prepared a slideshow of my favorite pictures from the day. These are, by all means, not all the pictures I took, but the highlights. And yeah, let's enjoy this. Yeah, the day was just unbelievable. The scenery was incredible, mesmerizing. The cloud formations were wild. On the photos you cannot see it, of course, but the clouds were like flowing down the mountainsides as if a giant wave was running downhill. And the colors of the early fall lit everything with gold and red, and the sun kept breaking through the clouds, painting the landscape in its light. And we were surrounded by those amazing peaks. It was just an absolutely stunning day. And I am so grateful that this incredible day came so close to the end of the hike, because it's I mean, it's just a perfect way to end such an amazing journey. I mean, it was only like 2 weeks before we would reach Canada, so it felt as if the trail was saying, you are about to finish. You come this far. Here's one more gift before you finish. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very, very grateful for that gift the PCT gave us on that day. And the beauty didn't stop there. The next day was just as spectacular when it comes to the scenery. There weren't the clouds anymore, which definitely added to the dramaticness of the day before, but we had so great weather with clear skies, and we passed waterfalls, crossed mountain passes, and the panoramas were endless, and it was just stunning. And Washington quickly became, and still is, my favorite section of the PCT. The hiking here also was a little more adventurous. We had some rocky stretches, some gravel, a bit of technical footing. Nothing extreme, but enough to keep it exciting and to make it more exciting than what we had done in the past. I mean, the High Sierras have some technical parts, but all in all, the PCT is usually very easy to hike. And here we had some more difficult parts, which made it just much more enjoyable. I specifically remember crossing the passes, which was absolutely nice every time. When I hike, I'm kind of daydreaming, kind of in a meditative state, and maybe not really aware of my surroundings. But when I'm at the top of a pass, then I'm suddenly pulled out of my daydream, and the whole world, the whole new world opens up in front of me, and it's kind of like a shock, a positive shock, when you were like in your mellow, and then suddenly the whole world looks different. It's absolutely spectacular, and Washington had a lot of these moments. Yeah, but autumn was arriving fast. Splashes of red and orange covered the hillsides, and the nights grew cold. One morning we woke up to a thick layer of ice on the tent, and unfortunately I had forgotten my filter outside, so I couldn't use it anymore. I replaced it 2 weeks before I finished the trail, but yeah, it sucked, but these things just happen. But yeah, autumn in Washington is very short. It's just a few short weeks before the winter comes, and so we knew we needed to keep moving. But still, we never rushed. We soaked in every view. We were talking, laughing as we hiked in our little group of 4, and we just enjoyed our time. We spotted countless pikas, these tiny squeaky animals hustling to gather food for the coming winter. And it was just super cute to watch. And then there were the lakes, of course. We camped by a lake almost every night, often with these absolutely glass still reflections thanks to the calm weather we had, and it was just amazing. Eventually, we reached Skykomish. The trail emerges at a ski resort. It's quiet in summer, but it's still open. And yeah, we had our resupply in Skykomish town. I hitched down alone to pick up our package. A ride came instantly, so no problem hitching there. And in Skykomish post office, I met Andrea Dinsmore, the beloved trail angel who ran the hike hostel in Hiker Heaven, I think it was called. Sadly, she passed away a few years ago, I guess. But it was nice to meet her anyway. We talked, but we didn't stay at the hostel. We just stayed at the Skykomish ski resort instead. We camped back at the resort, tucking ourselves under a carport and building a little fort. And we played giant Jenga, which was just lying around there, listened to music, and enjoyed a simple, joyful evening, which is another moment from Washington I will never forget. This evening was really, really nice. Yep, and this stretch took only about 4 days, so today's video is shorter, but it remains one of the absolute highlights of my entire PCT through hike. The jaw-dropping landscape, perfect weather, and great friends. It was just, all in all, a perfect 4 days, and everything, the weather, everything lined up perfect for us. If it were raining, this would have been a totally different experience, and I guess this landscape would never look as awesome as it did to us. And I'm very, very thankful for that. But the adventure keeps going. Next episode, we'll continue north toward the Canadian border. The finish line is getting very close. And I can tell you, we had luck with the weather for the rest of the trip. And I'm very much looking forward to show you my final days on the PCT. I think it's only 2 episodes left. And after that, I'll jump right into my GR11 thru-hike videos. So if you're enjoying this series, please like the video. And if you want to see my GR11 videos, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao!